Yes. Thanks for answering. I can see it's quite crowded, but I'm about to have a baby, and it just isn't any baby. It's God's son. So could you? Oh. Hi, I'm Mary, and my husband Joseph is parking the donkey. Do you have a place where I could maybe have a baby? Oh. I am literally about to have God's son. Hi. It's been a long night. Is there anywhere my husband and I could just sleep quietly? We will not be having any exciting events. There won't be any large group of angels singing or anything silly like that. Not even babies. Nope, just need to sleep. I don't mind pigs. Thank you. I understand that we are to appreciate that Jesus wasn't supposed to come in high fashion. But do you ever wonder if Mary and Joseph could at least have been upgraded to a quality inn over a Motel 6 experience? It's almost like with the census that they had to go to a town where Taylor Swift was there. There was nowhere else besides a cave in the side of a hill where the animals were housed. This story always reminds me of when I was a kid with my mom. My mom loved long car trips, and she would rarely schedule a stopping point ahead of time. If she was up, we were going to keep driving, which led to some tough moments when she was finally starting to get tired and it was time to stop. We would often stop at places and there was no room available. Sometimes we would have to keep driving, and even then there may not be room at the next place. And then there was finally relief. Relief when we got to a place and were able to settle in for the evening. I have another story. There was a time when my college roommate from the southern part of the country turned off the heat completely in our shared house while the roommates left for winter break. When I got back to the broken pipes and the flooding and the waterfall from the second floor, there were places to stay, but those places weren't places that provided comfort in the cold winter. There wasn't a place to settle. There's another one. Once when I was at Trek Camp, which is the outdoor hiking camp, we made it to our campsite to discover two copperheads made it there before us. Now, while we did find a place, it was hard to figure out what to do. When there was no room at where we were supposed to stay with 15 teenagers, and those teenagers depending upon us to keep them safe, and of course the fear attached to those lovely slithery things we saw at our campsite. No room is a powerful, powerful reality. It's the discomfort of realizing there isn't enough room in a car, in a home, in a church. And sometimes it even feels for many people that there is no room in life. No room is hard. It is such a powerful phrase that while it is a very short phrase in the entire Christmas narrative, it is one all of us know. It is one we have clung to because maybe if we admit to ourselves we're a little afraid of the embarrassment, the awkwardness, the struggles, and the rejection that comes with the power of those two words, no room. No room. You do not have a seat. You do not have a place. You do not have an invitation to this area of the world. And we see that your circumstances are dire, but we didn't cause that. Or if we did, we can't claim full responsibility. We just don't have room. We might have room if you can conform or if you can come without a whole lot of baggage, but for the most part, there's just no room. No room might be my two least favorite words in the English language when put together. For me, probably my greatest fear isn't losing money or being dead. It's finding a place that has no room. And I'm not sure that I've ever shared this in a sermon. I think I might have, but just in case you did not know, my lovely husband, Rob, proposed to me in a garage. Now, why would someone propose in a garage? Well, when I moved to my place in California with my two small dogs, since it rarely rains, I left my car in the parking space and used my garage as another spare bedroom, a storage area, a place for my two small dogs to hang out. I even built a little dividing wall and put some curtains across so that the storage stuff was separate from the bedroom area. And when Rob finally moved out and joined me and we got married, he would always ask, "Where are we going to fit this?" And I would always answer when he came to visit beforehand, I would say, "The garage. We can fit anything in the garage." And his joke has always been that I say yes to anything that has to do with the garage. He now will tell you I say yes to anything that has to do with our basement. And so he proposed to me in the garage because he knew I would say yes. And he's right. I always want to find room. I don't want anyone to feel left out. I am terrible at making small lists of people for events. I want everyone to be invited. I don't want anyone to feel the way it feels when there is no room. I don't want anything to be left out. But of course, if your bag in life is so full that it exceeds the weight limit, then we always have to ask, how do we make room? Well, the easiest explanation is usually found in a children's time that I have seen so many times. It is overly done, but it's such a powerful visual. You make room by putting the things that matter first. The bigger rocks in your life go in first. The things that are a part of your life that bring you the strongest foundations. Next, you fit the things that add a bit more strength, some smaller rocks that can go in between those. And then, if there is room, the little things, the sand, the things that are fluid, those things that can come and go, that can make space. But of course, that requires us to ask, are the big things, the big rocks, the ones that take up our energy and time, are they giving you life and creating quality, strong foundations? Or maybe there aren't enough big things in there. What if maybe there are too many little things and they're constantly moving and shifting and feeling unstable? Or maybe the things that are the big rocks are so heavy that they're to be carried in a way that wears us out and not actually supports us. They don't provide the room and the space for what needs to come and what needs to go. We become filled in a way that is inhospitable, a place where no room in ourselves and in our lives is a way of existence. But that existence of no room is what shuts Jesus out, and is what shuts Jesus' love for many out. We say it, we have no room for your kind of people here. We have no room in our busy lives here. We have no room in our safe neighborhoods, our country, and our churches. We just have no room. And yet, as the new year begins, what do we need to let go of so that we have room? What needs to shift? Will we allow the sins of inhospitality to continue? Or will we find a different place to camp, a hotel down the road, or a garage in which we can say yes to everything? What happens when we finally are able to say the words to ourselves and to others, "Come in. Come in. Come in and bring the multitude of heavenly hosts with you. We have made room for you and Jesus and all that brings and gives life and love in 2024. Come in. There is room for you, Mary. You don't have to knock. There is room for you, Independence Christian Church. There is room for all of you who are listening. There is room, and there is room, and in that room, with all of those who are welcome and invited and able to join, there is joy for the world. So knock, knock. Knock, knock. Doesn't matter. Come in. Amen.